one woman in there. She's on the phone.
Welcome back to another body cam breakdown. Today we're outside Harrow Police Station, one of the Met's older strongholds. What starts as a simple filming audit quickly turns into a surprisingly tense back and forth about police accountability, public trust, and the law itself. Stay tuned, because what these officers say and don't say might just tell you everything about the state of modern policing.
I wonder. There we are. You can see there. How are you doing? Good, good.
Busy day?
Pardon?
Busy day?
Yeah, not too bad.
What are you filming? You got a little YouTube video?
Pardon?
You got a little YouTube video?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Is it a little YouTube video you do?
No, it's just for public interest.
Oh, right.
That's all.
How's things? Alright?
Yeah, not bad.
Look after yourself?
Would you mind just identifying yourself for me?
Why would I need to do that?
Because you addressed me and you're talking to me, so I just want to know who I'm talking to.
Of course I can. PC Bloomfield. Here's the warrant card.
No worries.
And that's get changed.
And your shoulder number?
It's 19, then 48, and then NW for November Whiskey, because we're in northwest London right now.
No worries. Thank you very much. And
You're
yourself,
a bit cold
sir?
in your shorts, aren't you?
No, I'm like this all year round.
Really? You got all set for Christmas?
No.
No, me neither. I'll wait till like Christmas Eve and panic buy.
I think that's what a lot of people do.
Do you go around a lot of stations doing this?
I go around quite a few, yeah.
And
New officers join the scene and instantly notice the tone change. The questions get more direct, and one officer even fumbles his ID number. That hesitation matters. In UK law, under the College of Policing's Code of Ethics, officers must identify themselves when reasonably asked. So when they don't, it raises eyebrows, especially for viewers familiar with audit culture.
Any particular reason why, sir?
Pardon?
Any particular reason why?
Well, first of all, could you just identify yourself for me as well, please?
There you go. Papa, 237 305.
237 305, no worries. Thank you very much, sir.
So why are you here filming today then?
Why? Because I just want to engage with some officers and just see how they feel, because during lockdown and everything else, and there was loads of things going on, and the last couple of years have just been absolutely crazy for everyone. Right? And there's a lot of places all across the country where they feel that the police are so disconnected from the public.
Right.
And all what it is just to see how officers actually feel, whether or not they feel that they are disengaged, and if they are, or a little bit, how you would actually feel and what you would like to see happen to try and bring the people and the police back together again.
So how do we feel that we're disengaged to the public? Is that the question?
Yeah.
We are members of the public though, aren't we?
Yeah,
really?
but you are serving officers, okay, and that is what is actually being split.
Right.
But we're still members of the public, so we're not obviously police officers 24/7, are we? So we are still members of the public, and policy, regardless of its police policy or government policy, still affects us like it would affect you.
Yeah, but you are serving constables, okay, and the serving constables, okay, you have to uphold the law, okay, and that is what is actually in question, is the way that it's actually done.
Yeah. So you're questioning whether we're. I'll tell you what, mate. Do you want to just step out that way so you don't?
Yeah, no worries. Let's go.
Tell you what, sir. Have a lovely Christmas. Rather than four of us talk to you, we'll let our colleagues speak to you while they're in uniform.
All right.
We'll go and get changed.
No worries.
Have a lovely Christmas.
And
look
you.
After yourself.
No worries. Take care.
Okay. And you know, what you're doing, you're filming and that. If that's, you know, we've all got to have a hobby. If that's what you're enjoying, I hope you enjoy it.
No worries.
Take care of yourself.
Take care.
Oh, okay, you're just recording the station for YouTube.
Well, first of all, would you mind both identifying yourself?
This is a teaching moment. The auditor's absolutely right here. Bodycam policy states officers must inform subjects that they're being recorded at the earliest practical opportunity. Failing to do so isn't a small slip, it's a procedural miss that damages transparency. What do you think? Was this just forgetfulness or a sign of how routine corners get cut?
For me, please.
145 on
It's
580.
all right. I'm dyslexic, sir.
PC Mackay.
Sorry?
580 November Whiskey.
1580.
You're recording it so you can watch it back.
How long are you going to be here?
I wasn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't hear the conversation you had with my colleague, so I'm not quite sure what you said to them.
Well, first of all, would you mind just identifying yourself properly? PC Gordon. And your shoulder number?
2313.
2313. Cool. Thank you very much.
And what was the conversation between my colleagues and yourself? Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Well, just to find out how the police actually engage with the public. Okay, and how far disconnected at the moment a lot of areas across the country where the police are disconnected from the public.
Disconnect. I mean, the only interaction we have with members of the public is, unfortunately, when things go wrong. Like we don't knock on people's doors and have tea and scones. We only go to someone's house if there's been an incident. You see.
Well,
So
it's not only that. It's also when you actually pull people.
We do what, sorry?
Also, when you actually pull people.
Pull people.
Yep. I.e., whether or not they're in their car or they're walking down the road. Okay, and you suspect them of something. Okay, it's the way that they're actually treated and the way that you actually present yourself and the way that you actually follow the law as it should be followed.
Well, there is a procedure, and it's normally recorded everything we do. So, if there's any, have you been asked? Have you been? Can I have your name, please?
That I don't need to give my name.
Okay, well I gave you
Right,
mine.
we let you carry on recording wherever you want to record. We do other work to get on with, so if there's no pressing matters that you want us to deal with, we'll pop back inside.
Well, yeah, I was actually having a conversation with you. Okay.
Alright, yeah.
So, and for you, the way that you just done that was actually quite rude. Okay, this is the whole problem. When you've got a member of the public talking to you, every single member of the public has the right to actually stop and speak with an officer and ask questions, and that's exactly what I was doing.
I thought my colleague had answered the question.
Well, I don't know actually what the question was. You said about the way we pull people from their cars.
Okay, right. Basically, it's the way that you.
This exchange right here exposes the communication gap perfectly. The auditor asks an honest human question: what's one thing you change to rebuild trust between police and the public? And the officer freezes. It's not hostility, it's discomfort. The fact that many officers can't answer that shows how deep the divides become. Powerful moment.
You actually follow what the law actually is, okay, and actually follow what your procedures actually are. It's like right now you've got your camera on, okay. You should have told me at the first possible moment, okay, that you had actually put your camera on and you were recording, okay, and that is part of your actual code of ethics that you actually do that under section 3.5.
Well, that would normally be the case if we detained you or we were.
Well, no, it's as soon as you actually put a camera on. It's as soon as you put a camera on.
I put my camera on when I was inside the building, so you weren't there to tell, were you?
Yeah, but you put it on knowing that you were coming to me, okay, and you should have told me at the first available moment.
So that's your complaint,
Okay.
is it?
No, it's not a complaint. I didn't say it was a complaint, but this is what I'm saying. It's small things that build up to a big thing, okay? Also, it makes your job harder, and it means that things are not followed correctly. Right, and that is what the problem is, okay? There's so many different things and so many corners being cut, right? And it's not right. It's not right, okay? You're there as officers, okay, to uphold the law, right? And yes, we need a police force, and it's very important that we have a police force. But what members of the public want is they do not want a corrupt police force. They want police constables that will actually uphold the law and obey the law as it should be done, and not cut corners. Okay, so when you look at that, how then would you see if you could change one thing, okay, to try and bring the public and the police back together? What would you bring? What would you do?
Well, it's not for me to comment on.
Well, why not? You're a serving constable.
Well, there's probably. At this stage, I'm not going to make a comment about that.
Would you not want to see the police and the actual public closer together? Do they work together a lot better?
Well, I think, well, obviously, and to a certain extent we do. We've come out here to talk to you because that's what you obviously wanted. You want us to
Yeah, to engage with officers, yeah.
Okay, and then we've asked what you're doing, and you said you're just recording something for whatever reason, just to probably get evidence on how we communicate with you, or how we interact with you.
Yeah.
Having said that, then that's happened now, so there's no reason for us to continue a conversation.
Yeah, but then there were other questions then that I've asked you, like the one that I've just asked you, okay? Now, you say about you can't comment. Yes, you can comment, okay, as an officer, because it's good for the powers that be higher up the chain to see exactly how officers actually feel, okay? And unless officers actually speak up and the public speak up exactly what I'm doing, right, then things aren't ever going to change. And that's why I asked you outright, okay, if there was one thing that you could actually do, what would it be? And that's not a hard question to answer, and that's the question that a lot of officers have answered for me.
And here's the spark. The auditor drops hard stats. About 600 Met officers leaving under misconduct clouds, but still collecting pensions. That's a massive accountability loophole. And the officer's body language says it all. They don't deny it, they just distance themselves. It's awkward, honest, and incredibly telling about how systemic issues are quietly accepted.
Okay, well, so why do you want to ask it from someone else then? They've told you the answer.
No, that's from their own perspective. This is from your perspective.
Okay, well, I wouldn't know where to start.
You wouldn't know where to
There's
start.
probably more things. There's probably a load of things. It's not.
Well, I'm only
gonna be a
asking for
one-word
one. I'm only asking for one thing.
I don't know. Can't give you an answer right now.
You can't give me an answer right now.
So the question is, well, there's one thing I could change about what the police relationship with the public. Is that essentially what it is? You want to jump in with an answer? I can't.
If you can help out with an answer as well, that'd be cool.
What's the question? Repeat it, please.
Okay. If there was one thing that you could actually change to try and bring the public and the police back together to work closer together, what would it be?
Well,
Change.
The perception is that we are opposite sides of the fence. The public and the police are not against each other. So that
Well, no, the public have lost a lot of faith in the police.
in certain circumstances.
Okay, and this is why people would like to see a change, and they want things to be done correctly. And that's why I asked you if there was one thing that could be changed. And I don't see why it's such a hard question to actually answer. I've had inspectors, I've had sergeants, I've had DCs, I've had so many officers actually answer this question, so I don't see why it's such a hard question to answer.
I said the perception that it's us and them, us, the police, but there's you, the public. Why have you lost confidence with the police? Obviously you have. You're standing out here in a winter's day.
Well, it doesn't mean that I've lost faith, okay? What I actually want is I want a clean police force, okay? That actually uphold the law, right? And officers that break the law should not be allowed to actually step down and walk away from their job and then get a pension if they've actually broken the law, okay? They should be actually done as anybody else would for breaking the law, and they should not be then given their pension from the public purse, right? For something that they've done wrong. And this is what people are actually asking questions about. If you look at the Met alone, right, and you look over the period of 2018 to 2019, okay, in a 12-month period, you actually had just over 600 officers, okay, that were up for breaking the law, that then managed to step down when they were being investigated, and they've taken a pension. Come on, that's not right. That's why the public are losing faith. Why?
So what do we take from this? The auditor stayed calm, polite, and persistent, while the officers struggled with openness. This wasn't a hostile encounter, but it exposed the cracks in police transparency and public trust. Whether you side with the auditor or the officers, one thing's clear: the conversation about policing culture isn't over. If you found this breakdown as eye-opening as we did, hit that like button, share your take in the comments, and subscribe for more real-world accountability breakdowns.
Why should somebody who breaks the law then be able to still get paid? And this is why the public are losing faith, and this is why we're asked if there's one thing as a serving constable that you could change, what would it be?
I told you, the mentality that it's us and them. These people who get a pension then, their pension is based on their service.
It makes no difference. They've broken the law.
And their contributions.
They've broken the law. End of story. Okay? The money for their pension, okay, and they're public servants, and sorry, but they should not be able to take their pension, okay, for what they've done wrong.
Okay, well, that's not for us to comment on the legalities of it. People normally would lose the pension if they're dismissed after an investigation. If people choose to retire before an investigation, then they're entitled to their pension, and it might be a loophole, but that's what happens. That's
a loophole that should be closed.
Well, it's not up to me to comment on that, or I certainly don't have any power for that to happen. And that happens in all government departments, whether you're a police officer or a teacher or a civil servant. You get a pension based on your service and contributions, regardless of your behaviour. If you leave under a cloud, you leave under a cloud. There's nothing there that says if you leave under a cloud you won't get your pension, unless you're sacked for gross misconduct, and in which case you get your contributions back, I believe. I don't know enough about it to comment.
Okay, no worries. And yourself, sir?
I don't know enough about pensions to comment on it.
Okay, no, just anything that you could change.
I think it's important that when we speak to the public and we're dealing with them, that we explain why we're doing so. And just keep that up, basically.
Yep, no, that's cool.
That's it.
That's perfect. Cool. Can I say thank you very much for your time, gentlemen?
Thank you.
Okay, do have a good day. Okay, and be safe.
Right, Merry Christmas.
No worries, take care.
Notice how calm and methodical the auditor is here. He's setting the tone, showing he's not aggressive, just observant. That's smart auditing. Remember, staying non-confrontational gives you credibility and takes away any excuse for police escalation. But we can already sense he's heading toward an encounter. You can almost feel it building.